uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
You got to be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
I feel like punching him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school. If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Take him out now.
Okay.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Please, get up in the face of some Congress people.
People will do what they do.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
We're going to go in there, we're going to...
This is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful. Walk lightly. And for those of you who are soldiers, make them pay.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be? Does one of us have to come out alive?
Yeah. Oh, good morning, Owasso. This is the Twins at the Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. Well, I don't. If you just watched that little intro we had coming in there, cackling Kamala there, that's the rhetoric of the media. That is the rhetoric of the mainstream media. That's what's going on right now. And the sad truth of the matter is that this is what they want. This is what they've created. All of that you saw was what led up to Donald Trump in the pre-election. That's what led up to Donald Trump in the campaign. That's all 2016 era stuff, and they've done nothing but tone it up since then. I mean, Donald Trump's a Nazi. Donald Trump's Hitler. This is what happened yesterday or on Sunday with the new shooter. This guy was a media creation. Like, all of his beliefs lined up perfectly with what the mainstream media's views on every single subject is. Like, Ukraine's the most important thing in the world. Donald Trump's the greatest evil in the world. If you say something long enough, and you have people out there who aren't very bright or very smart, and their worldviews are created by what they consume through the media, they're going to believe it, and they're going to act out on it. So, this is the media's fault, particularly the mainstream media. I mean, I guess you could maybe say Fox is the only one that's somewhat hands are clean of this, but the truth of the matter is, I mean, since all the other ones are all left-leaning and extremely biased, this is their fault. This is the media's fault. This is all of the mainstream media's fault. They created this man. And you saw that video that we watched as the intro. All those people said extremely violent things, stuff that Trump would have been. I mean, Trump's been crucified for saying a lot less than that. Trump got criticized for saying they were good people on both sides and being taken out of context. By saying, after, if you just played the clip a little bit longer, it'd be like, not the Nazis or the white supremacists. Those people are bad. But there were good people on both sides. So, and people will be like, you're taking their quote, they're taking those clips out of context. Well, I would honestly say I could believe you if you guys didn't already take everything Donald Trump says out of context. So even if that was edited together and taken out of context, which it's not, if you watch all of those clips in full context, they are calling for strong action and violence against Donald Trump and his supporters. And that's not to say that we know that strong action and violence has taken place against Donald Trump supporters. We know it's real. So, in fact, why don't you play this video of stuff happening up right during the Donald Trump election, his first run for office. Like, all this is video footage of actual violence done by left-wing mainstream media weaponization people. Like, these people here are all people who who hate Donald Trump based off the weaponization of the media at the time. This is 2015, 2016.
It happened in San Jose. As the crowd headed home, they were set upon. One young woman tried to take them on, proudly showing off her Trump shirt.
She's egging them on.
Then it turned scary. She's hit in the face with watermelon and raw eggs.
Oh my God.
She finds herself all alone and cornered. The crowd screaming obscenities, and no one came to her aid, not even the cops. Someone get her in!
Not even
Finally,
the cops.
she gets back inside and finds sanctuary.
I was so scared watching this video, afraid for what was going to happen next to this young lady.
Remember, the police
And
have
why
no
were the police
obligation to
officers
protect you.
holding the doors and not grabbing her and pulling her inside.
Headlines this morning say people leaving the rally were hunted and chased down like prey. Watch as this young man runs for his life. He's caught and knocked down. Look at the fear in his face as he attempts to flee.
Another fistfight's about to break out right now. A Trump supporter is getting pummeled right now.
This guy's Build the Wall t-shirt was
That's why the media are
ripped off
jackals.
his
They're just,
back.
look at him getting
Then
pummeled
he's
right now.
knocked and punched by 6 men.
I always ask, where is the equivalent of this on the right?
That's a reporter
And
here
the best they can
telling
come up with
him
is
to
January
flee.
6th, where
People peacefully walked in and just took a tour.
The mob even followed the
some
Trump
broken
supporters
windows,
to their
which we know.
cars.
They broke a few
The only
windows.
person who died was Ashley Babbitt, and she was an Air Force veteran. Got shot by one of Nancy Pelosi's security details.
And the only officer that they claimed died actually didn't die at the event. He died like 2 days later of a heart attack.
Everybody's got to cool down, cool
So
it.
unless you can
It
prove
must
the
be
heart failure
condemned by
was from
Trump. It must be
this event,
condemned by
it was,
Clinton. If you are throwing stuff or intimidating stuff or hitting someone, you are not for me, you are against me.
You go. But yeah, I mean, there is no equivalent of that on the right. I mean, and again, you have all these left-wing partisans saying January 6th is that equivalent. And it's like, no, A, that was one day. And B, nobody died. Nobody got hurt other than Ashley Babbitt. There were a couple people rolling and tumbling with police, but that's a very small minority of the people. That was a huge crowd of people beating up passersby and people who were just trying to go to a Donald Trump rally. Like, you can't even make the argument. Like, we've made the argument where when left-wing people get hassled at Donald Trump rallies, like, well, when you go into the Lions, then expect to be, ridiculed by the other side. This is a Donald Trump rally. These people are protesters who came to protest Donald Trump's rally. So you're not even safe at Donald Trump rallies as a Donald Trump supporter because the people are going to show up and hurt you there.
Yeah. I mean, it comes to all these protests that happened during that summer of love or whatever. Like, it was left-wing protesters taking over all these places and getting violent. Where were the Trump supporters?
Mm-hmm.
Where was the Trump, what was it called? The Chaz or what
Chop.
they call the Chop, the Chaz, whatever name they kept changing it to. It was only left-wing, like hippie types that were doing these things. It wasn't the right wing. Everyone says it's the right wing doing all these terrible things. Well, you've got January 6th and the Proud Boys, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand where this other equivalence comes from when it comes to like these crazy events.
The right believes in the rule of law. The left believes in systemic injustice of the law. Like, what more to have you to say there? Like, that's just the way it is. Like, the right believes in the rule of law, and the left believes the law is weaponized against certain minority groups. So, I mean, that's the truth of the matter. And the sad reality is the media is at fault, and the media has created this environment. It created this man, this Ryan Wesley Ralph, and I mean, just look at this guy. Like, I mean, he went to Ukraine. Like, the media said Ukraine is the most important thing happening in the world right now, and he went there to go fight as a 50-something-year-old man with no military experience.
Well, he didn't actually go fight. They refused
to let him fight because he has no military experience.
Exactly. But he did become like a propagandist for them, like right here, what he's doing right here, which I can play this video if you want.
Play it.
All right.
I'm 56 from the U.S., from North Carolina originally, so live in Hawaii now, so flew all the way from Hawaii here. So the question as far as why I'm here, to me, a lot of the other conflicts are gray, but this conflict is definitely black and white. This is about good versus evil. My initial goal was to come and fight. I think, everybody around the globe should be motivated to come here and support the Ukrainians and support the army, no matter what gender, age, anything. Everybody should be here supporting the Army, but I'm 56, so initially they were like, well, I have no military experience, so they're like, you're not an ideal candidate. So they said, not right this minute. So Plan B was to come here to Kyiv and promote getting more people here. Any gender, any age, any skill level to no skill level. But yeah, if you want to fight, come here and see me, and I'll put you in a unit so you can go fight. And you don't have to come, but if I ask for $5 to buy a vest
He'll
to
put
save
you in a
Ukrainian
unit,
life,
like they're putting him in charge of
it seems
recruitment.
like that would be a no-brainer. But I increasingly get more disappointed in humanity, and I'm beginning to question whether or not we're going to end up on the right side of this equation.
That there just shows that he wasn't mentally stable, in my opinion.
Too, it's like I lose faith in humanity when someone won't give me $5 to buy a vest. A vest don't cost $5. B, whenever the U.S. is sending, $18 billion in aid, people are going to be less likely to send their own personal cash to Ukraine. If the U.S. government was not dropping billions of dollars into Ukraine, yeah, I might be like, yeah, maybe I'll donate $500 to support a soldier in Ukraine. But again, when government spending or the government puts money into stuff it shouldn't be putting money into, like funding foreign wars, well, and we know our tax dollars are going to that instead of coming back to us, yeah, of course people are going to be less likely to be charitable with their funds. Well, we don't have to worry about it. The government's being charitable with our money. So what the heck do I need to worry about giving money to Ukraine for? So again, it's the misunderstanding of charity by the left. It's like, well, the government's supposed to be charitable. It's like, no, it's not. The government's supposed to be fiscally responsible with our money. The government don't have any money. The government has your money. And they need to be fiscally responsible with it. And this guy, and again, if we know our tax dollars that we didn't vote to go overseas or going overseas, why are we going to be more inclined to donate money from a personal level? I'm sure heck is not. $18 billion over there to Ukraine. Why do I want that? I want to be able to choose where I put my tax dollars to. So, just the sad state of affairs going on in the world, man. It's just a sad, sad day. It's an evil world we live in. But yeah, this guy was created by the media. All of his views, all of his ideologies were perpetuated by the continuous bashing of Donald Trump. Again, you accuse somebody of being a Nazi long enough, people will believe you. I mean, this guy was probably already unhinged to begin with, but again, and then the media just keeps saying the same things every single day. You got to stand up. We got to fight against Donald Trump. He is the devil. If he gets in office, he's going to destroy the world. He didn't destroy the world when he was in office before. So why would we have any reason to believe he's going to do it now?
Your track record is worth talking about. His track record, he didn't curtail free speech like everyone said he was going to.
No new wars.
He didn't stop the voting process and say, I am now King Trump.
Mm-hmm.
None of that stuff happened. And it's the same thing with the Kamala Harris situation. If she was going to do all these things that she's promising to do now, why didn't the Biden-Harris administration already do it?
Yeah.
So that's the logic here that normal, sane Americans are having. It's why on earth would Trump be as bad if he wasn't that bad as president before? And then again, why aren't you, Kamala Harris, doing stuff now while you're in power? You are the power.
Yeah. It's like what Trump said in the debate. You could go, you wouldn't even have to be at this debate right now. You could literally go to the White House and say, hey, we're declaring a crisis at the border. Border shut down permanently. Nobody enters anymore. You could do that today. Kamala Harris could do that right now. But she's not going to. Because she doesn't care about you, the everyday average American citizen. She cares about importing her voter base. She cares about the fact that there are, 400,000 new voters registered in Texas every day.
Yep.
Where do you think those people are coming from? You can argue, yeah, sure, some of them might be students who are coming of age for the first time. But I gotta be honest with you, when I was a kid growing up, voting was not like the highest priority on my list.
No. And you're uninformed at 18. Unless you were just super, like, into politics from a young age, which I would argue you're a psychopath if you are.
Yeah.
I was more interested in girls,
Girls,
cars, and,
college.
all the flashy stuff. Going to college. And if you're interested in politics at that young of age, there's something, like, wrong with you.
Yeah.
But if you want to get to talking about this little meme right here that we have pulled up.
Oh, yeah. So there's been some pretty good memes that have come out of this whole situation. So this was posted by Luke Rudkowski of We Are Change. And it's good. It's gold. It's that, I can't even remember, what's this guy's name?
Oh man, I can't remember off the top of my head either.
He has a
I know
show.
they have a show on
yeah.
on like Adult Swim or whatever.
But yeah, this guy has a show, and this meme's iconic now. But yeah, I mean, how perfect is that? Democrats as the guy with holding a gun, and he's shooting the black guy, which is Donald Trump, and it says Republicans really need to tone the rhetoric down. Like,
after we showed you that video at the beginning of Democrats amping up rhetoric against Donald Trump.
Sad state of affairs, man. I mean, but how much better can a meme get right there? I mean, that's perfect. That's literally a perfect meme that sums up this ridiculous situation we're in right now.
Mm-hmm. And then the Babylon Bee crushing it as always.
Yeah, go ahead and read what that says.
Babylon Bee. Democrats accuse Trump of inciting further violence by not dying. Perfect. Babylon Bee crushes it every time.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the best headlines. I mean, we were both laughing at that this morning when you came across it. Like,
I know.
That's perfect. Another perfect meme. Those two, the one by Luke and this one. What else can you say? I mean, that as crazy as that sounds, that could be a title of a CNN article. And I would believe it now. Again, the Babylon Bee is not satire. The Babylon Bee are fortune tellers, soothsayers. They're telling you what the next article is going to be. Maybe it used to be a year or two in advance. Now it's only a couple of months or a couple of weeks.
My God, they're going to get to the point where it's only days.
Yeah, CNN will literally just copy and paste what they have and go, this is what we need to post. This will get us some clicks and views. 100%. And they wouldn't be wrong.
100%. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Sad state of affairs, though, man. I mean, what the heck? What is going on in the world, man?
I don't know, but everything about this, from the guy with the BlackRock connections to he's a Democrat donor to Act Blue.
Yeah, he donated to Act Blue, which is it's the largest Democrat fundraiser place.
They said that they found one tweet of his from a long time ago that says, I used to be a Republican, and then Donald Trump came around. Now I'm not, but they can't find any history of him ever voting for a Republican ever, and he had a Biden-Harris sticker on the back of his vehicle. Now,
yeah, and didn't media personalities say that they had contact with this guy?
Yeah, they're saying that he has like media and CIA like contact. Now, I would argue, just as a devil's advocate here, that once you go to Ukraine, I'd say that you're probably going to pop up on the CIA's radar if you're going to travel to the Ukraine and then you come back to the United States. But who knows? I mean, it's definitely weird that all these things just happen to be kind of lining up with the same with that kid from the other one. What was his name? I forget his name. Brooks or whatever, the kid that shot him at the Pennsylvania one. I've already forgot that kid's name. Good Lord.
Yeah, that's good to show you how quickly I mean, these shooters aren't even but I mean, again, they would be more memorable if they had actually made the mark. That's why we all remember Lee Harvey Oswald, because he actually got JFK.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even tell you the guy that shot Reagan's name. I just know that he said that.
Yeah, we don't really remember the names of the people that attempted to do it. We just remember the names of the people that successfully did it. And like I said, that's why they live in infamy instead of, obscurity, because that's what these people are like. I mean, they'll be forgotten. I mean, and that's what the media wants. The media wants everyone to forget about that badass picture of Donald Trump putting his fist in the air going, fight, fight, fight. They want you to forget about that, because that is the most iconic photo in modern American history. I mean, you can say the toppling of the tower of Saddam Hussein. You could say that's a big deal, but it's really, I mean, compared to what happened there, I mean, like, Donald Trump was shot at, nearly assassinated, and then he got up and said, fight, fight, fight. That's the most amazing footage in modern U.S. history. Yeah. Jed's pulling up a picture right now.
Let me go back.
But yeah, I mean, and nothing's ever going to top that. Nothing ever. I mean, there's no, like, Obama cannot top that. Nothing Obama's legacy is dog crap compared to this photo. I mean, remember, symbols are what lead parties. Like Obama, like I said, remember, Obama was the left's, he still is. Like, I mean, Obama is the Democrats' messiah. Because the Democrats are a godless party. They don't believe in anything, really. I mean, there are Christians who are Democrats, but I mean, the Democratic Party is a godless party. And their messiah or their Jesus is Obama. I mean, again, you can go back and listen to the way they still talk about Obama today. Like, I mean, he's not this forgotten president, you know. Yeah. They revere him in a way that they would only a religious figurehead would be revered and honored.
That's how Biden got elected. They go, remember Obama. Said, I was Obama's secondhand guy. That's why people voted for him. The member berries of going back and voting for the Obama years, which the Obama years, I mean, that's what nobody realized. The Obama years was the Great Decline.
Yes.
That's where everything started. Now, some people would argue it was probably George W., which is a possibility as well. But
I mean, Obama was like mass government spending, like to the likes of which we had never seen was approved under Obama, like the Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. That's government spending that had never even been contemplated up in that point in time. They needed a candidate that was so well liked and so well propagandized to the public that he could get away with whatever he wanted to. And again, remember, there was no negative coverage of Obama ever.
Yeah.
I mean, if Trump had greenlit drone strikes on American citizens in foreign countries, that he would never live it down.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but Obama did. Obama got away literally with murder.
Yeah, they didn't let him because the one like raid that they had in Syria or whatever, was it Syria or Yemen, wherever they had that, and like one little like Yemenese girl or something got like killed in one of the raids that happened in Crossfire. They didn't let him live that down, but Obama can still live down the whole, I bombed an American citizen.
Yeah. And no one ever talks about it. Then when media personalities brought it up and talked about, hey, this is an overreach of government authority, all the media organizations, again, it's like, what's the most important thing? The most important thing about the media is not the things that they cover. It's the things that they don't. And that's what the media told them. They go, we're not going to cover this. Obama's our guy. Like the guy, there was a journalist that worked for these companies and goes, yeah, this is like huge. This is going to be the most groundbreaking news ever. I'm covering the fact that a sitting president killed American citizens and greenlit their deaths. Like, he literally put the stamp, they put the paper on his desk and said, do you want to kill this American citizen, sir? And he was like, yes, I do.
You have the stamp of approval.
And no one talks about it in the media. And literally the media was like, yeah, we're not going to talk about this. Obama's the best. We can't talk about Obama. Can't be wrong in this scenario. And that's why he still has the bona fides he has today.
Yeah. I mean, bombing the guy, I would even agree, his dad, the kid's dad anyway, was the one that was like, yes, I'm going to join like whatever terrorist group, probably Al-Qaeda at that time, but was going to do that. So like, yeah, he definitely has the green light on him, but he also took his son. Now that you can argue, yeah, maybe his son was just as bad as he was, or he would be just.
But he was a teenager. He wasn't actually an adult yet. He was like 17.
Exactly. So he was just a kid at that point. So you have to ask yourself, if you're not okay when Trump does it, but you were okay when Obama did it, you are the problem, not Trump. So it's wild that I don't see how people don't see that. But I mean, that's the thing. People have blinders on for their party or whatever. I mean, we at least come out with our bias and say, yeah, we
are biased for Trump, but I mean, Trump's bump stock ban was dumb.
Yeah,
like that was a horrible ban. That's unconstitutional.
Yeah. I would say the right wing will disagree with their political party member more than the left wing. Or the left wing will just immediately shut down, put the blinders on, go, we're good. This is our guy. Whereas the right will go, no, that was a bad idea. Your policy was bad. I mean, think about how many people like pretty much like got mad at Trump for the lockdowns who were on the right and the Libertarian Party and all these other places.
Correct.
Like the left was touting their governors that were like, our governor is doing the right thing, whatever. What's the mayor or the governor of New York, one of the Cuomo brothers or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
People like made him the media darling, despite the fact he killed, because of his policy of like putting them in nursing homes or whatever, killed all the old people in New York.
Yeah.
In the nursing facilities.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, that's why the media is totally at fault with this Trump shooter right now. I mean, they created this man. And again, that's why we were talking about, like, like you think we were going off topic with this Obama stuff. We're not. The media, what they choose to report on and what they choose not to report on are very important. And they shape not only the conversations. Like, I mean, like, we could be having conversations in different worlds, in different stratospheres. But guess what? The media shapes what we talk about in public. The media shapes what we talk about in public discourse, because they go, these are the subjects of the day. And as long as we keep pushing these subjects out on TV, these are the things that people will be forced to. And again, conservatives could be like, we want to talk about something else, but they'll go, no, we're going to talk about this. And conservatives could want to try to bring up something else, and they go, no, this is what we're talking about. So anything about the border is racism. Anything about the Obama, you're a racist. Like, again, they shape how we have the debate.
Yep.
The debate will be had on the media's terms, not on the terms that the right brings to the table. That's why, again, the whole debate with Trump and Kamala. That's why, I mean, it's come out. I mean, they had that guy that's coming out saying that somebody signed an affidavit who worked at ABC going, yeah, they rigged the debate against Trump.
Yep. That did happen. Now, there's been no evidence, and everything's been redacted in the statement. But but that's the thing is, like, how do you take someone's word? I mean, we're at that age where it's he said, she said now because of AI imaging and everything else that we've got going on now. I mean, we're at the point where we thought the internet would be the ultimate truth sayer, and now with AI generation and fake videos and stuff like this, we're at the point where you can't believe anything.
Oh, and then we're at the point where the media can just say, oh, that's not a real video, that's a cheap fake. It's like, so the media and the White House can even lie about something that someone else said. Like that video of Biden walking around getting lost in France whenever he was watching a parachute demonstration. It's like he wandered off to go talk to somebody else, and the Italian foreign minister was like, no, come over here, sir. And they were like, that was a cheap fake video. It's like, no, it's not. What's cheap fake about it?
Mm-hmm.
So, again, the media is evil. The media is, what, as Trump said, the enemy of the people. And again, think about how the media works. The media shapes the conversation. They basically create the terms of the debate that we have. So, it's a sad state of affairs, but I mean, that's the truth. And the media created the shooter. They created the guy that made another. They created the first assassination attempt shooter. For somebody probably in the FBI, too, with that first kid. Because, I mean, how does an 18-year-old kid have a burner phone? How does an 18-year-old kid not have a social media account or a manifesto?
Yep. And then the strange visitation from that whatever phone. They were tracking those phone records of the one that went to literally went to Langley and that kid's house like 10 times.
Yeah. And then, like I said, now this other guy, media created. Every event the media reported on shaped this guy's reality, and he was like the media was like, Ukraine is the most important thing happening. I'm going to go to Ukraine. I don't have any military experience, and I'm not going to be very helpful other than a propaganda mouthpiece. But he's like, I want to go fight. It's like, sure, you have no military experience. Please go away. And they go, well, maybe we can use you as a propaganda tool. But again, if you want propaganda tools, you got to use attractive people, and he's not attractive. Nobody's going to be like, that guy really changed my mind. Like, I want to go fight because that weird guy who looks like, and that's why the Cruella de Vil memes are taking off. I was like, what's with all these Cruella de Vil memes online? They go, oh, because this guy's got like half white and half purple or blue hair. Like, okay, now it makes sense. Like, when I watched that video, I was like, okay, now the Cruella de Vil thing's coming to fruition.
He's
like,
a weirdo that changes his hair color, just like all those weird feminists. So he's a male feminist.
Yeah. So, anywho, that's our conclusion. Our summary of this is the media is the enemy of the people, and the media created these monsters that are attempting to assassinate Donald Trump. So, if you don't agree with us, let us know in the comments. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We always like hearing people's comments, and let us know if we're wrong. We want to hear about it. We want to know. So that's about all I've got for you today. This is the Twins with Owasso Live. We are signing off. God bless you.
See you later, everybody.